All right, let's go over what y'all did for your do now. So we have Jennifer and Pedro's answers up here. When you first look at it, they did section off this shape in different ways, but if you look all the way to the bottom, their final area calculation, Jennifer got an area of 114 centimeters squared, and so did Pedro. So Jennifer split hers up into a rectangle on top, a rectangle on bottom, and this long rectangle going through the middle. And Pedro over here had this rectangle going all the way up to the side, and then this little sliver left over. But because they each were able to measure the side lengths correctly, their total area ends up being the same. So when we talk about we're giving you a complex shape and you break it off into shapes that are more familiar to you, it does not matter how you do it. As long as you're sectioning it off and making sure your measurements are correct for the sides, so you can accurately calculate the area. So you could even split this up 5 more times, but as long as you're measuring the certain size correctly, then you'll end up again with the same area. And that leads us into our task for today. So today we're going to be giving you a floor plan, and you're going to be calculating the area to buy some materials for this floor plan. And the reason we're talking about this is because where our school is, when our school was constructed, all those row homes in this neighborhood that you see were also being constructed by the real estate developer, Harry Wardman. So Harry Wardman was building all these houses, and now it's a staple of the Petworth community. As you've been coming to school, I know a couple of you have been talking about all the real estate on Georgia Ave. That's not just happening just on Georgia Ave with all that property. It extends into the neighborhood too. So if you ever take a walk around the neighborhoods around our school, so many of those row homes are being torn down and reconstructed in a more modernized way, so people can get a really, really big profit on those homes. And again, when that happens, all the community members that used to live here can no longer afford their homes. So they get pushed further and further out, and the community becomes more gentrified. So that is what's happening in Petworth right now. So our goal today is that we are acting as the District of Columbia Housing Authority, and we are the program managers of this project. And what this program does is they actually are buying houses in DC, and they're renovating them for a very low price, obtaining federal housing grants. So we're able to remodel these homes with these grants. And then what that enables us to do is if we're spending less to renovate these homes, we can also sell them for less money. So these community members will be able to retain their homes at that more affordable price. But we also have this budget to keep it more affordable. So today, when we calculate our area of our floor plan, we are going to supply the materials. You're going to pick the materials that you would like in your house, and you have to follow the budget though. So it's not just picking all the materials that look nice. You have to follow the budget constraint of $7,500 for materials. And you have to use the certain approved materials list in order to complete this. So again, you have your budget and you have your materials list. So that's for your group to decide how you're going to design your home. Are you going for the least amount of money, or are you trying to do a mix to find it more appealing? So maybe you choose some better products, even though it's a little more expensive, just to make the house more appealing, so maybe it's easier to sell. Or are you going for all the best project or products, just to use up the whole budget, because why not, you can. So it's up to your group to decide, based on the area of your floor plan, what materials will work, what materials might look good, all within that budget. And again, this is really applicable because it's actually happening in our community right now. These homes are being bought in order to be flipped. And it's competing with those real estate developers that are buying these in order to make them more expensive. This housing authority is really trying to buy them to make them less expensive. So you are all in your groups of 4 already. After this, I'm going to pass out all your materials. You'll start with your calculations. And then once you're done with your calculations, you'll flag one of